Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. Aw, yeah! I hope you're having a fan-freaking-tastic day. I'm going to check out this knife really quick for you. This is one that there's only so many of them made, so I was like, you know what? I have enough time to get this video out because this is a special collaboration, if you will, between Knafs and Blade Binge, and this is one of a kind. Once these are gone, there aren't going to be any more. This is the Knafs Lander 3. Would you look at it? I mean, just look at it and all of its cool carbon fiberness. This carbon fiber is called something Brittany Blue carbon fiber. And you know what? I'm really liking it. I like it a lot. And this is the first time that I've had a Knafs knife on the channel. There was a Lander 1 and a Lander 2 and then the Lander 3. And now we have this special version, which has a special, it's special. This has a different blade steel. And there's something I'm going to check out, which I have not yet. I'm going to see if this is just like the other clutch locks where you can adjust this crossbar lock. And I'm guessing if you have a Knafs Lander 3 that you're going to be able to exchange or remove and re-put back on the sides of the scales. These scales, you can take both sides off without taking the knife apart, which is very nice. Very nice. And before I forget, check this out. It does come with extra Omega springs and extra screws, so that's very nice as well. Not a bunch of fancy packaging. That way you're not paying for a fancy package. You're just getting the knife. So this is a reversible clip. It is recessed into those scales, which is, oh, how many times am I going to say very nice. This is an every kiss? Nope, don't say it. This is an everyday folding pocket knife. This is everyday carry. That's what I was trying to say. This is one that you will put in your pocket and you won't even know it's there. It is so lightweight. I don't know a lot about this knife. And since I'm making this kind of an off-the-cuff video, it's a little more fun so I can just check this stuff out as we go. So this knife is coming in at a whopping 2.6 ounces. So if you are a pocket knife carrier and you know what a 3-ounce mark is, this isn't even 3 ounces. 2.6 ounces. It's super lightweight. It's not a very big knife. Let me show you a couple size comparisons. And first, we got to show the QSP Penguin, because everybody should have a Penguin, right? So there's what it looks like next to the Penguin. This is going to be a small little knife that does most of your everyday carry tasks. Opening up packages, Amazon packages, especially if you're watching this around the holidays, you know what I'm talking about. This is one you can hand to anyone around the room and they can use it to open up a package. You're not going to be scared they're going to cut themselves. It's very easy to use. I'll show you how that works here in just a second. And then here is the CJRB Pyrite. Now look at that. It's just a little dude. I mean, as far as I know, the Knafs Lander 2 was bigger than this one. I'm guessing probably closer to the size of these two. And then here's one more, very popular, the Civivi Elementum. So if you have an Elementum, there's what the Knafs Lander, there's a QSP Penguin and a Civivi Elementum sandwich. So checking this out real quick, I got this out because I was, you know what? It's not a whole lot over the 6-inch mark. From tip to tip, it's 6.38 inches, 162 millimeters. Closed, it's 3.63 inches, 92 millimeters. Your blade length is 2.75 inches, which is pretty much 70 millimeters. Your blade thickness is coming in at 2.5 millimeters and your handle thickness is 0.45. That's a bunch of numbers for all you numbers geeks if you're like me. Now, you know, it's fun to check things like this, so why not double check and see if the stats listed on the website are actually correct. Let me double check my my parameters. Make sure we're zeroed in here. The blade stock is coming in at, let's see, look at that, 98 thousandths of an inch. Very fuzzy. Let's see if I can get it back here. 98 thousandths of an inch. Now here's one that I wanted to check out. I did not know that this was something this knife did until today. And yes, it is a clutch lock. If you see those little notches right inside there, that is where you can adjust the Omega spring. So if you have hand issues or coordination issues, or you might have a little bit of arthritis, then you're going to be able to adjust the tension of this crossbar lock. And crossbar locks are one of my top favorites. I did not like them when I got into the knife world and the knife community and checking out knives, but now I love them. And I can tell you that The action on it is that good. It's just that easy to use. You just flip it out, flip it back in. The thumb studs are perfectly grabby. Let me get you in here and check out those thumb studs a little bit. Let's see if we can get in there. They have just the right amount of grab on them. They're not too aggressive. Now, as far as reverse flicking, can we reverse flick this little thing? Oh, yes. So if you're a fidgeter and a flicker, now I am noticing that when it comes back, that I was getting a little bounce out because I was being a little aggressive. Okay, so, you know, I haven't carried this. I haven't used it. This isn't my knife. This is a loaner, so I'm not going to be carrying this. I'm not going to be cutting a bunch of stuff with it, but I can tell you that the action is phenomenal. Now let's look up here. Do we have any room for sharpening? It looks like our plunge grind ends right into the heel. So that's going to be take it or leave it, depending on how you feel about that. The tension feels very nice on it. This particular one, no blade play left or right, up or down. And the only place you can get this is at Blade Bench. And by the way, I do have a 10% code, and I checked and my code does actually work on this thing. It'll save you like 17 bucks, which is very, very cool. And here, let me get you in here for a little bit of texture vision. There is the slightest amount of texture. You can just barely feel the topography of that carbon fiber, and it does feel very nice. Now, my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. This is what it looks like in a wide width glove hand. I don't have a glove on, but that's what size width of my hand is. A glove is a large. So, okay, it fits in my hand very well. This isn't going to be a hard use knife, I really doubt, although it does have a crossbar lock, which gives it a very strong, I'm just looking for a fancy word. I don't have it. Very strong lockup. You're going to be able to do push cuts, no problem. What does it feel like if I'm really pushing into it? I can feel the clip and all of these little angles back here, but I can't see myself using this for anything that rugged. Although you could do some carving with this. You could do a little bit of, what do you call that? You know, making a little hot dog stick, a little marshmallow stick. That's the kind of thing that this is going to be, is an everyday carry sitting there on your nightstand next to your pen and next to your everyday carry stuff before you take off. And you know, it lends itself to being said that this would be a great secondary carry. If you're like me and you like to carry, well, you know, I carry several knives. I'm a knife nut. But if you like to carry a primary and a secondary carry, this might be a secondary carry that you hand to someone and be like, oh yeah, here you go. You need to cut that little string. And did I tell you this is 20 CV blade steel? Yeah, I'm not kidding. And look at this. This is a Ben Peterson design, in case you didn't know. What is up, guys? And let's see if I can get in there. Look at that, dark mode. The only place you can get this dark mode is Blade Bench. And I'll put a link in the description and in the comment section where you can go check them out. And while I'm talking about Blade Bench, we talk about them on the live stream every Friday night. Beez Blades, live at the Hive. Oh, right. We talk about knives just like this. We give away all kinds of fancy knives just like this too. Not this one. This one's going back. But we give away knives, we talk about snacks, we talk about food, we talk about knives and gear and everyday carry gear and backpacks and you name it. Anything that's the cool stuff. We like all the cool stuff. Heck, I even did some night vision goggles a while back. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to know more about this one, we talked a lot about this one on the last live stream. But every Friday night, come and join us. Any knives that you see on the channel and you have questions about them, or you have questions about blade steel or knife sharpening or any of that fun stuff, come and hang out on Friday. It's a 4-hour live stream and it goes by really fast because Mrs. Beez comes down, the dog comes down, and we talk about everything that's been on the channel for the last week. And if you have a question or if you want a size comparison or something like that, you'd be like, hey, could you hold it? Could you put that particular knife up next to the Civivi Elementum again? I'd be like, sure. And we'll do that because we have a knife cam. That's what I'm talking about. So besides that, I hope you enjoyed checking out this quick little video of the Knafs Lander 3. And by the way, if you have a Knafs Lander, you can exchange these scales, and on the Knafs website, you can 3D print your own scales. They have a free, whatever that's called. I don't know about that stuff. I just noticed it when I was checking out their website today, that you can print out your own scales. So if you don't like these, which I don't know how you wouldn't like those are absolutely beautiful. I love this colorway on a knife. It just looks so good. But before I digress any farther, go watch this video. You'll really enjoy that. And until I see you again in the lives or the chats or the Hive stream, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.